Hey everyone, welcome to another eBay Expert Secret Series with Lior Pozin, the CEO and founder of AutoDS. As you know, in every series, in every episode, I'm interviewing another eBay expert. And today, Lior here to talk with us about managing multiple eBay accounts, scaling our business horizontally. I'm going to ask him many questions, so you will get all the information you need about opening new accounts and managing multiple stores. Number one, understand the market. Number two, understand the product. How are you today, Lior?
Hey, I'm great. I'm super happy to be here with you. Thank you for having me here with you.
Great. So before I start asking you a question, I think it's a great that you will introduce yourself to the guys here, maybe a little bit about yourself, about how you started with dropshipping, how you started with AutoDS.
Cool. So my name is Lior Pozin, as you said. First of all, before we start this interview, I want to say that I'm super happy to be here with Naor, especially because Naor is one of the first people who I met during my journey with the dropshipping or with AutoDS. So basically, I started with dropshipping 11 years ago. Started to dropship from Chinese suppliers. The first one was Tiny Deal, which is a site that actually already closed, to eBay. And 4 years ago, we started AutoDS. The story with AutoDS is a bit funny because it started as a tool for myself, just to manage my stores. I wanted to create with my partner more and more eBay stores and just scale it up using an automatic tool. And then we went to some conferences in Israel, heard from some people that questions like, why didn't you release this tool for everyone? And that's actually how AutoDS was born, because we saw that people want a tool that will save time for them. We said for ourselves, why not to develop something that will help people to save more and more time and scale their businesses? And that's basically how it started.
Cool. Thank you for sharing with us. So I'm just going to jump directly to the question. I prepared here a list of questions. And I think I will start with the most juicy questions because, I see a lot of posts in the groups. People are asking, how do we open multiple eBay accounts? They start with one eBay account, they get good results, and they hear from the videos and from me and from other people to always go and open more eBay accounts. So from your experience of someone that actually deal, because your software is supporting multiple eBay stores, how do you think is the most safe, the best way to create multiple eBay accounts?
Cool. So first of all, I have by my own 35 different eBay stores, and this is why I really believe in multiple eBay stores, and I really like this topic. But one thing that we need first to understand is that multiple eBay stores are not for everyone. Like I wouldn't go there from day one and immediately jump there, only after I see that I can really control one store. So that's the first point. When you need to start go this direction, you need to start going this direction only when you really see that you can handle it. Now, for multiple eBay stores, we have two types of different eBay store of eBay stores actually, of multiple eBay stores. One of them is linked accounts. Linked accounts means that you manage multiple eBay accounts on your own name, and there are some limitations. For example, if one of your accounts will be blocked, all of your accounts will be blocked. If you got temporary suspension, it will affect all of your accounts also. About the second method called stealth accounts. And for stealth accounts, it means that you just create accounts which are not on your name. So if my name is Lior Pozin, I can create another account even on someone else from my family and manage this store. This way, we just split the risks, and then if one of our stores got suspended, not all of our business crashed and blocked. So this is the meaning of multiple eBay accounts, and this is why people do that. Personally, I really recommend using multiple eBay accounts because of the splitting of risks and because it's not that hard. You can scale much easier when you use multiple eBay accounts. for example, some question that I get from many people is how can I see after that orders from all my accounts? Should I go to my accounts one by one and then process the orders manually one by one? And the answer here is that it's very easy. As I said before, AutoDS came to save time and also to have everyone in one place. So in AutoDS, you can see all of your orders together in one place under the orders page. So even if you use multiple eBay accounts, you can still manage all of their orders from one page. And more than that, it will also process the orders from all of them together automatically if you use the automated orders. So this is one solution, for example. Same, by the way, about the customer support. You can see the messages from all of your accounts together in AutoDS and then manage all of them very easily from one page. So that's basically how people do that and how I believe that it should be done.
All right, so let's just sum it up. So first of all, the first things is we want to create more accounts because to split the risk. If one account gets suspended, the other one will still work. This is one thing. Second thing you mentioned, and I also agree with you, is to always use family member name, friend's name, someone you can trust, real information, not fake information. And I want to ask you another question because this is the beauty of technology, and this is the beauty that your tool is bringing to the market, the ability to manage multiple stores and see the orders, manage customer service. But when we look into the practical side of creating more accounts, how do we keep them separated? Do we need to use virtual machines, servers, or proxies, or what is your suggested method?
Okay, cool. So first of all, one thing that you need to understand is that eBay, because they don't allow you to have, like the eBay wants to know that these accounts are the same person. But we are trying to split the risks and go out of this situation. So what we do usually is that we just create the accounts on different environments. And what does it mean? So we have here three different options. The first one is that you just create a browser on your computer, a Firefox Portable, for example. You go buy a proxy. Proxy is something that is changing your IP address. And then you use your other browser with the other proxy, which is different IP address. For those of you who don't know, IP address is what shows eBay from where you come, from where is your internet connection. And then you just go to this eBay account only using this specific new browser. So this is the first way. The second way is to use something which is called multi-login. The concept is very similar. You just buy a tool, software, which costs around $100 a month. And there you can create multiple browsers. So from one software, you can just run even 5, 10, 100 Chrome browsers. And for each browser, you use the same thing that we said before, which is the proxy. And the last one is a virtual machine, as now said. Virtual machine is actually same computer as you have, but it's somewhere in other country or other place on the cloud. So it means that you log into this computer remotely, and then you have exactly computer like yours, but a completely new one. And no one can understand that this is the same person and the same computer. So these are the three methods. There is a question that a lot of people are asking, and this is if it's legal. So all this stuff is everywhere in the network. So Firefox Portable is something which is very well known. Proxy companies are huge companies. Same about the virtual machines. So if you go with the real identifier, it's not a problem. You don't need to fake accounts or do something like that. All what you need to do is to create it on someone who you know, gave you permission, and use something that hides your computer.
All right, perfect. Great information, Lior. Thank you very much. In terms of cost, let's try to sum it up because I guess people really want to know terms of cost and security. What is the difference between having just one proxy connected to your portable Firefox or to rent a virtual machine?
So virtual machine, a normal one, which is, not too slow, it will cost around $15, $20 a month. Multi-login, as I said, it's around $100 a month, plus you need to pay for the proxies. And the cheapest option is the Firefox Portable with proxy. The proxy will cost around $2 a month for one IP address. So it means that if you have 20 eBay stores, you will pay around $40 for proxies, which is not a lot of money if you want to really scale up. So this is the easiest method. There is one disadvantage with this method, and this is that only you can use from your computer this browser. You cannot share it with someone. So this is something that you need to know and remember if you go using this way. But a small tip here, I recommend new people always to start using this method because they can always take this browser, then put it on virtual machine and share it with someone else if they want.
Okay, all right. So in terms of cost, for the beginners at least, with few accounts, I think, based on what you say, and I also think like you, the easiest and cheapest way is to just create Firefox Portable. And if they want to give access to a virtual assistant, then they should have a virtual machine and run the browsers from the virtual machines, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And in terms of security, there is any difference? Because I know you are a developer and you also have a lot of experience with the network and security based on what you've been through in your military service. So there is any difference between proxy on a browser or a virtual machine?
So proxy and virtual machine seems to the other companies the same, like a different IP. There is a myth that companies and other sites can see your MAC address, which is actually your computer, but that's not true. Like the only thing that the companies see is the cookies, the browser, and the IP address. That's it. So this is why, in terms of security, it's pretty same. The only problem is that there are companies who know some type of, for example, eBay knows some type of proxy companies, and then they can ask you questions to verify your account or stuff like that. So this is something that is a bit hard to explain like that, and usually it's just testing and see what works. But it's the same for virtual machine and for proxy, because for both cases, they know this type of IPs.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Lior. It was a very good stuff here. I guess now the guys that watching, they have all the answers about this topic. They've been asking a lot. And now let's go to the next question. I want to ask you, as a owner of a monitor, as a repricer and lister, what is the difference between API and non-API? How do you think is better? From your honest opinion, do you think that it's really better to have a non-API, to use a really non-API version? Because as I know, your service offer both options, API and non-API.
Yeah, so let's go a bit back. So first, how goes the process to get API? You get from eBay some calls. It means that any action is one call. And you get from eBay 5,000 calls. So 5,000 actions that a tool like AutoDS can do for their customers a day. For sure, it's not enough because we have over 5,000 customers. So what we do, we go to eBay and asking for more limitations. So when we get the limitations, we got millions of calls a day. And to get that process, we showed to eBay that we are a dropshipping tool and we are asking to get more limits. After some time that all of the tools worked with API, there was a new trend that called non-API. Non-API means that instead of using these calls to eBay, we will not show to eBay that we are using a dropshipping tool, and we will work directly with eBay with something that's called Chrome extension. So in AutoDS, we released a Chrome extension that just mimics the human actions and doing it directly on eBay instead of using the API of eBay. So instead of using the tool that eBay created for developers, we will go and run these actions manually. Now, about what is better. It's something that if you ask some different people, everyone may say different things. From my tests and from what I know, there is no real difference. And what I want to say here is that actually both versions will work. So people who work with non-API usually will spend a lot of time on their listings, because every listing they want for eBay to look like a real listing that you set and created there everything manually, and that's fine. So it works for these people great, because they really spend a lot of time. They really want to show eBay that their listing is perfect. This is why they use the non-API. There are other people who use the API version, and they just want to scale much faster. They don't want to handle this work with the Chrome extension. So basically, I'm using personally API, but I know a lot of successful people who use the non-API version too. So both versions are working. For me, just the API is more comfortable because, as I said before, I'm a huge believer of automation. And with API, the automation is much easier. We can send messages to your customers automatically. We can upload the tracking numbers for you automatically when we use API. And these things are impossible with the non-API. So this is why I prefer the API.
All right, so great. So based on what I understand, there are people with a good result on both sides, and there are different methods. And I also think that by the end of the day, doesn't matter which method you're working. You know, there is not only one method to be successful, but whatever method you choose, you need to do it the right way. You need to invest time. You need to take it serious. So I agree with you, definitely.
Exactly.
Let's move to the next question. And this is, let's say I started scaling. I created 4 or 5 stores. And now I have few virtual assistants that listing products, that doing customer service. Now, a lot of people asking, how do you give them access to your eBay account? Will you give them access to your eBay account or not? Do you let them do things like customer service or listing products? Do you have some information about it?
Yeah, so that's a good question. First, this process is a process that takes time. I would never give to someone access directly to my eBay account from day one. And this is why in AutoDS, what we created is a feature that gives you the opportunity to give an option to give your virtual assistant an access to only specific features. So you can start with your virtual assistant, tell him, for example, find for me profitable products and only use AutoDS to list it for me. And then they will only have access to the uploader, use products that they found, and list it on AutoDS using the very specific option that they have, and this is only the uploader. Same about customer support. Because in AutoDS you have all in one place, you can just give them an access only to the customer support and tell to your virtual assistant, this is your task, and that's all what you do. And then when you see that they do it in a good way, you can give them also the orders, also the uploader. And this way you open for them more and more options. And only when you work with them for some time and you trust them, you're actually opening for them everything and giving them more access and more control. Now, there are no real reason to give them any access to your eBay account, because messages, cases, cancellations, orders, everything can be done inside AutoDS systems. So why take the risk and give them an access directly to eBay? And the last thing here that I want to say is that this is a process. The virtual assistant is a human, so they need to learn the process with you together, and they need a system about how to make the job in the best way. So my recommendation to people who want to bring people to work for them, virtual assistant, is to build for them a very specific system about how to do that. So if they use, for example, Zik Analytics to find products, you need to show them exactly how you want them to use Zik Analytics to find products for you. If you want them to do for your customer support, you need to create a Google Sheets file with ready-made messages and tell them, read all these messages, remember what type of messages we have here, and then just copy and paste the message directly to your customer. And this is how you keep it safe, because you created these messages. By the way, in AutoDS, you have a feature also of templates. So you can just put all of these messages templates inside AutoDS, and then your virtual assistant just go, clicking the template, sending it to the customer, and that's all. No place for mistakes there.
All right. This
So
was,
that's basically.
yeah, this was amazing information. And from what I understand, basically you can just use the software to give them access to manage the store. They don't even need access to the eBay account, which is great. Just to clarify something, all these features that you mentioned, these can be only done with the API, right?
So it depends. For example, products uploading, what we do usually is that the virtual assistant will create for you the draft. He will put the title, optimize the listing, optimize the price, put everything for you. And then with your Chrome extension, because your computer is already opened, usually, it will just grab the listing, list it to eBay, and you don't do anything. Like it's automatic.
Okay.
About customer support is a big problem. This is the only problematic one. But for orders, it's also very easy. They just go, making the order, put all of the details inside AutoDS, and that's all. It will be synced with eBay.
Okay, so the non-API basically cover you product uploading, automated orders, all this. And if you want also customer service, then this goes in the API version.
Yeah, basically this is the only feature that is not
All right.
available for the non-API.
Okay, perfect. Let's move to the next question. And this is here. Because AutoDS have so many users and you can see, of course, I'm not asking you to share with me any personal information of no one, but because you can see the performance of your users, it will be very interesting to hear from you this inner information about what are the best performing suppliers based on your users.
Nice. So first of all, this is a great question. Something that I want to say before we answer that is that I believe, and I guess that you will agree with me, is that if you are consistent and you are working hard, so the supplier is matter, but this is not the main thing. Like you can't succeed with any of the suppliers. So this is something that is important to say. Now, some suppliers that I saw that are working great for people, and I want to share with you. There are two that are like everyone understands what they are working great, who are AliExpress and Amazon. Amazon is a great customer support, great products, fast shipping, and a huge variety of products. AliExpress, same, but from China, except the fast shipping. But there is another very cool supplier which called Wayfair, for example. Wayfair is a supplier that has, the products are a bit more expensive, which is also good in some cases because you can make more profits there. And they have a special program where it's called My Way. And what it means is that you can just pay them it's not a big amount of money, less than $100 a year. And you will get an access to special products that they offer only to people in this program. So it's unique products for you. Also, you will have faster shipping, in some cases even one-day shipping. So this supplier is really a great one, and a lot of people are using that. And another one that I like is also Banggood. Banggood I like because of the reason that they are actually a Chinese supplier, but with stocks also in the United States. So basically you can get Chinese prices, but with United States shipping speed, which is super cool. And also when you grow with this supplier, you get more and more discounts from them, which can come up to 20% discount per product, which is amazing discount. So these are the suppliers that I really recommend.
All right, so let's just, I just want to sum it up and also ask you another question. So we say the main suppliers that most of the people use mainly are Amazon and AliExpress, right? And then after this came Wayfair and Banggood.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, basically it's great. It's great information. I also believe the most common is AliExpress and Amazon. And in general, like you said in the beginning, every supplier have advantages and disadvantages, guys. So by the end of the day, you need to see if you can solve the challenges and if you can make profit out of the supplier. And if you can do it, don't listen to all the noise outside in the media. People are promoting agenda and stuff like this. They say this supplier or this supplier, every supplier can work. You need to learn how to work with each supplier. You need to find out if you are able to solve any challenge because, there is nothing perfect. And if so, you just stick to what brings you money. That's it. I think you will agree with me.
I agree. Everyone has his own preferences. So just one thing here I want to add now is that people also need to be consistent. So if you started with a supplier, learn it from A to Z and understand everything about this supplier. And this way you will really succeed with it.
Yeah, like shipping policies, return policies, prices, how to get refund if needed, how to open cases if you need to write all these things.
Yeah, exactly. This way you will also not waste time on just jumping between different suppliers every day and just testing. Just decide the one who you believe that will work for you, and if you stay consistent with it, you will succeed.
Now let's move on because we are about to end this interview. Let's move on. I have a questions to give some motivation to the guys that watching. Tell us, how many stores have your biggest users? How many active eBay accounts he manage?
Oh, so that's a great question. I think that it will really motivate a lot of people because this amount is a bit crazy. So we have a user who has 150 different stores, and he's managing all this using AutoDS. Actually, we created a feature for him. In the beginning, on the dashboard, you can see all of your profits together. So in the beginning of AutoDS, you had to click on the stores to choose them before you see their profits. And then he called me one day and told me, Lior, listen, I have a problem. And I said, what? And he said that his finger hurts because when he's on the mobile and he started to click 150 stores, so it's too much. So now we added the feature of select all stores together, and then it just selects all of the stores together. Yeah, so this is a user who is for
problem. I wish to everyone to have this problem in their life.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So
right,
yeah, this user is with us for 3 years, and these 3 years actually he made these results.
Amazing. So first of all, Lior, I want to tell you thank you very much for coming here, giving from your time, from your knowledge, sharing with the community. Before we end this webinar, there is anything, like any 3 tips you want to give for beginners? 3 things you think every beginner should take for his journey?
Yeah, so the first one is that stay consistent. We already mentioned this during the interview, but this is relevant for everything that you do in life and in the business. Just stay consistent. And the second one is that never give up, because I see a lot of people who just coming to me and, hey, Lior, I'm 1 month into the dropshipping and I got only 2 sales. And I'm saying, like, it's amazing that you got 2 sales. It means that you already started to see what works. Now just go and maximize it. So this is the second one. And the third one is that never learning and improving yourself. If you actually already reached this point of the interview, it means that you are really trying to invest in yourself and learn more and more. So follow, choose some places that you want to learn from them. Zik Analytics YouTube channel. You can follow up us on our YouTube channel of AutoDS, and always try to improve yourself and learn more and more. And that's all. Thank you very much for having me here today now.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It was a pleasure. And I completely agree with you. Consistency, never give up and never stop learning. One of the problems of many people, they reach their first achievement. They generate, let's say, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 profit from their store, but they kind of like, they feel like, okay, they made it and they stop. I think most of the people that successfully break the first barrier to the $3,000 profit a month, they're actually not moving to the next level. And great tips from you, Lior. And thank you for you guys for being here today. And it was a pleasure. And we'll see you in the next eBay Expert Secret Series. Thank you, Lior. I wish you all the best. And ciao, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye. Number 1, understand the market. Number 2, understand the product.